I'm Jennifer Rulins, and I'm the broker and owner of One Focus Property Management in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And I also am HoldItwithPMJen, which is an educational platform for millennial women about real estate investment. What I'm really thinking about at One Focus is I personally, here as we talk in fourth quarter 2025, I'm concerned about the next 5 years economically. A lot of economists, believe that and understand that. And it's not that housing's going to suffer or people are going to get broke, but we do need to keep market rents up. We need to keep a check on expenses. So I have some goals on improving, moving NOI for owners, making sure properties are performing at the top of their value and retaining that value. So I see that as very important. And I'd love if at these conferences we talked about that, like, hey, I moved the needle 10% for my owners this year, doing these things. And so we're really focused on that right now. Increased interest rates, increased housing costs, increased cost of debt. All of that is just putting pressure, right, on our clients and the amount of money they're making. And my job as the manager is to keep that money flowing. So I'm looking ahead. I'm seeing all those. We're putting a lot of pressure on our expense management, doing things more creatively. But beyond that, I'd think about, housing is a really polarizing issue right now. Those who have it, those who don't, those who can afford it, those who don't. We're 4.5 million housing units short in this country. I mean, this is a presidential platform issue. So in that, property managers have a role, have a perception. And that's really important for us to control because we don't have a good one. It's coming off of the heels of real estate agents. It's coming off of these bad landlords, and we get painted with that same brush. And at least in rooms like this, that is not who you're talking about. You're talking about people who are building communities, who are building teams, who are providing and growing value where there was none. And what's been interesting is that we're picking up newer technologies before we've picked up some of the old. So I'm speaking to people here at the conference who haven't adopted remote team members yet, or even systems and processes, but they're making use of AI agents in their business. And so we're in this interesting technological adolescence. Some of us are skipping some steps. And I think it's going to be really interesting how we pick tools that work for us in our businesses and how we perform that value for clients. It's just going to look really different. And I think make us all look a little different. We'll kind of maybe segment off and do things differently. Well, I talk to a lot of people who are getting started in the property management industry, and I have been meeting a lot of first-timers at this event here, and I say the same thing. Double, triple down on NARPM. That is probably the highest leverage tool for property managers. Get into a chapter, start coming to the national events, figure out how to run your business in the best way for you. This is just an incredible organization that is very giving, transparent, and supportive. I don't find that with the other trade organizations I participate in real estate. So if you're a new property manager, come to NARPM. We can't wait to meet you, and be bold to share and be eager to be shared with. I can't thank NARPM enough for the impact they've brought to me personally and to my business. So my business, I wouldn't have figured out more than any of the things I had figured out without the people I met, the relationships I built, the events I went to. That's been tremendous. The ideas I get to interact with, the opportunities I get. I just can't say enough about how it's grown me. And the more I give, the more I get. And every year I write that check for my company membership, because everybody in my company is a member. I keep going, how do they keep the cost this low? Because it really is just such a high leverage tool. So yeah, it's grown my career. It's done everything for me. I'd say to anybody running a business, get a system, get a process to follow. The other thing is I use video. So I find so many benefits in using video in my business. How do I want to put this? Like, I get efficiencies in the operations a ton. I'm also getting a lot of attention, opportunities, introductions by using it publicly. And so I get a ton of value from that. One thing every leader needs to know leading a team in this industry, that just because you're good at your trade does not mean you're good at running a company that delivers your trade. And I say this all the time. I'm a really great property manager. When they were giving out property manager trades, God was like, give this one extra and see what happens, right? Like, I came out managing property. When it came to running a property management company, and really the people part, not the clients and the tenants, all of that was fine. The team. It's a skill I still don't do really well. So learning how I was going to be able to grow a business, build those skills as much as I possibly can in myself, and now I hire for those skills so that those duties are done by other people. And we've never been more successful with employees since I've stopped interviewing and stopped being a direct supervisor, but I am still like the wise property management sage. And I'll tell you, the people of it is where we mostly falter, where we lose a ton of money. And we lose confidence in ourselves. And I've done all of those things. And that's what I would say is like, yeah, leading the people. It's hard, build the skill, and hire it out, quite honestly. Like, probably if you're a visionary leader, you shouldn't be leading teams.